Hey guys, it's Brian. Before you go ahead and do anything else, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and turn on those notifications if you want to see more content like this in the future. Anyways, on to the video. Hey, this is Brian. Welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh video. And so today we have a special video. We have a post Ghost from the Past Invoked Shaddoll deck. So this is no Dogmatica. And so this is just including the new support with enough Shaddoll Genius. So let's go ahead and get right into the deck profile. But before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know I wasn't able to participate in the LCS because of issues with PayPal, and also during that time I did get a little bit of a cold, so I was just recovering, trying to get back my voice in the meantime, so that's why you haven't seen me upload videos. So let's go ahead and get right into it, but let's go ahead and see if we can get this video to about 15 likes. I see you guys have been smashing the like button recently. And let's go ahead and try and get 300 subs by the end of the month. So, starting out with 3 Alistair, main normal summon of the deck, self-explanatory. Searches out for your invocation, and also boosts all your fusions in damage step. Really versatile card, best card in the deck, in my opinion, apart from Shaddoll Fusion. 3 Lancia, probably one of the best hand traps in the meta right now. Ash, because it's a staple, 3 of those. 3 Phantasme, help fix our hands going second, and not only that, also enabling us to go ahead and draw into any of our blowout cards, games 1, 2, or 3, depending on what we're going for second. Next, for our Shaddoll lineup, we have 1 Aerial, 2 Genius, because I just played 2 for the simple reason is Meltdown is a hell of a card, not allowing your opponent to respond, and this having a way of preventing your opponent from activating their effect that could possibly be a negate is really important and really useful. So for example, if your opponent has a hot red, they can't negate it because it's not on field, and you can always just use the Savage that they may leave behind as material. It's going to window, just to name an example. Next, probably the second best Shaddoll monster in the deck, which is Wendy. 1 Beast, 1 Dragon, 1 Hedgehog, and the best Shaddoll monster in the deck being Skamata because it can get to any of your Shaddoll cards. 1 Call by the Grave, 2 Cosmic Cyclone. This is in here because Tiding's a hell of a card and it's really annoying. And you just want to go ahead and have some way of dealing with it first before going into any of your other plays. 1 El Shaddoll for added ability to fusion, and because of the fact that sometimes you don't get to your Shaddoll fusion and you kind of wish you did, so just having an extra fusion in the deck is pretty useful. 1 Foolish Burial, any card that you really need in your deck. It could be any of your Shaddoll monsters, or it could be your Alistair if you have an invocation in hand. So invocation, we have 2 invocation in deck. Considered bumping up to 3, but 2 is fine since we can search it with Alistair. And we can search Alistair with a 3 Meltdown. Next we have our 3 Shaddoll Fusion. Best card going second, especially when your opponent doesn't know what you're playing. 3 Super Poly, best blowout card in the game, not allowing your opponent to respond. 1 Rush and 1 Schism. These 2 are pretty self-explanatory. Rush helps grind and has a great effect in the graveyard where it allows you to flip up a card or set. And Schism is just one of the best cards you have, and probably will get hit, unfortunately, but it's a way of removal and it's a way of making sure you always have resources. Next, our extra deck, we have 2 Apkalon, 2 Construct, 1 Shekinaga, and 2 Winda. So I'm running this package because of the fact that we have more ways of getting into Apkalon and Shekinaga. We now have a consistent way of accessing it with the Genius in the deck. Next we have the 1 Augo, the 1 Mechabot, and the 1 Trio with the 1 Raijin. Really small Invoke core at this point. Trying to go ahead and just get to the most important things in your extra deck. So get a negate, way of OTKing, way of controlling the board with Winda, and a way of controlling the board in Raijin as well. We still have the Alistair link, still find it completely useful to go ahead and have an additional way of getting to your invocations, having additional Alistair, and also not only that, but allowing a way to just go ahead and trigger your Shaddoll monsters as well. Next to 1 Artemis, because any spellcaster in your deck will be able to be a light monster with this, especially with Alistair or any of the Shaddoll monsters. 1 Gravity Controller, since we bumped up the Alkaline to 2, we can go ahead and put Gravity Controller in. It's not a card that I'm a big fan of, but I do see what people do like to play it. And in this case, because you have 2 Alkaline on 5 other Shaddoll monsters, extra deck monsters, Gravity Controller can be a great way of just going ahead and getting back into your graveyard cards like Fusion or Schism, depending the case. Or even El Shaddoll Fusion if you just want to OTK. And lastly, the 1 Verte Anaconda in here because Super Poly is a card, and not only that, you can always just go ahead and send the Shaddoll Fusion if your opponent has an Imperial Order or an anti-spell face-up, so you can still have a way of fusion summoning your monsters. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. I am working on the Dogmatica version, so I'll make sure you guys go ahead and leave a like and sub. Making sure you guys go ahead and comment down below what cards do you think I should run in the Dogmatica version, and what changes will you make to this deck. Anyways, hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya.